statistic of marriage to single people in the African American neighborhood, right? How much divorce is there in the African American neighborhood, and how many marriages it is in the African American neighborhood? And I'm Kosciuszko, and I wake up. This is figuratively. This is metaphorically. I'm not Kosciuszko. But it's metaphorically. I wake up and I see this and I say to myself, what did I even fight for? Was it worth it? Let me go over here to Thomas and let me ask Thomas, did you do what I asked you to do? Did you even give them that money? That's some questions that I need to ask, because I didn't die for this. He didn't actually die for it. He didn't die for that cause, but he died of natural causes, but I didn't struggle for this. All that work I put in, all that money I gave, all that time I put into that, all those relationships I built. And I wake up and I see this. Is this what I did? Is this what it was worth? I'd be disappointed, as well as Dr. King, as well as people, period, who have risen up and given these people as a voice, and given these people a voice and been a leader for different communities and different populations of people, and were assassinated and murdered for it, or suffered for it, or persecuted for it. They wake up and they see this stuff and they say, wow, is this what we gave up our lives for, gave up our time for? I could have just lived my life and been happy. I could have just had joy in my life. I could have just went and got married, had some kids, and just did my own thing. I could have just shared my gifts with myself. I could have just made my own self rich. I just could have used my talents and used my oration gifts to talk to the people around me, and I could have just kept this to myself and my people. I didn't have to my inner circle, that is. I didn't have to go out there and waste my life for this. I say that to end it this way. We have a president by the name of Donald J. Trump. Oh my God. Just by me saying that, the earth is going to shake. People are going to fall out. Yes, Donald J. Trump right now is our acting president, the 45th president of the United States of America. And there are so many people, there are so many Democrats. I've never seen this many Democrats in my life. There's so many Democrats, registered Democrats, and people on the left, that people that believe in liberal views. Millions that hate him. They can't stand him. They hate him. I wouldn't say they hate him. It's kind of generalizing a little bit. One thing's for sure, he's not well liked. At least not amongst liberals and some Republicans. But again, it depends on which news station that you turn on, right? Amongst Republicans and people who support him, he's very well liked. I like him. I not only like him, but I support him. And I support his views. I support his ideology. I support his philosophy. I support his policies. I support his legislation. I support his ideals on America being great again. And because of that, a lot of us that follow him and support him get persecuted just like him. We get talked about. Here it is. He has one of the strongest economies that this nation has seen on record. One of the strongest economies in just 2 years of his term. He signed all type of legislation, right to try. Right to try is the ability to be able to try alternative medicines if you have a terminal illness. The last administration said you couldn't do that. Veterans get to go and see any doctor that they want, so they have to stand in line and wait and damn near die just so they can see a doctor. Right? He signed something for the music industry, for artists to be able to keep control of their intellectual property, their creative property, and not have to sell it off. to a major label or to some company that's not going to do anything but rape it anyway, and figuratively, that's just a figure of speech. That's going to do nothing but you take advantage of it anyway and take most of the profits from it. He's done that. Those are the little things that people don't talk about. His foreign policy has been great. He sat down with North Korea and actually made them feel better, made them feel at ease. He let them know, hey, listen, we don't have any beef with you. That was the last administration. This administration, we don't have any beef with you, man. We can work with you. That's his whole foreign policy is built off. We can work with you. Let's cut a deal. This is the same man who wrote the book, The Art of the Deal. I don't think this is the same individual that they used to party with this guy all the time. Donald Trump is not some little pee-wee guy that came from the little corner off, the little small corner off of some little back street in rural America. This is Donald Trump we're talking about. The multi-millionaire, self-made millionaire. Well, a lot of people would argue that self-made part. I would say he's self-made, regardless of who gave him, if he had wealth from his family that was passed down to him or inherited. Regardless of that, he could have screwed that money over. He could have blew that money off. He didn't blow it off. He still has the family business, and he built off of the family business. That's neither here or there. It is. It's important. I have to emphasize that part. He didn't blow that money away. There's a parable in the Bible I will go to, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to seem uber religious. I say all of that to say this. With him doing all of this stuff, you have the Democrats wanting to shut this man down. They just ended up being voted into the House. They have the whole House at their exposure. They have seats in the Senate, even though they're cheating in certain states, taking seats from Republicans who won it fair and square. Regardless of that, you have these Democrats, they want to crush him. You have these liberals, they want to crush him. You have these independents want to crush him. You have all these people that want to get in office as soon as they